What's up, YouTube? Danny Hype here with a PPG... Wait a second, am I in the right place? I'm just messing. I'm actually here doing a special guest commentary for a PPG locals that happened about a week ago. Now, this is their prelims, round 2. We got ourselves a Slug player and a King Vegeta player. PPG is actually known for having one of probably the best locals in NA. They have a lot of great players down there, so hopefully we're in for some great gameplay, and hopefully I can provide some pretty good commentary. Now, I'm unfortunately don't get to see these decks too often at my locals, but I am pretty familiar with most of the cards, so we'll see how this goes, and hopefully I don't mess things up. Now, the Slug player elected to take his life on turn 1. Now, back in set 1 with the blue Vegeta, I've always seen, people either take their life turn 1 or not take their life turn 1. The reason I don't like taking my life turn 1, because I hate the fact that I've hurt myself, given myself an ability, which Slug gives himself crit, which I'm not going to end up using. So it kind of feels like not the right thing to do, but I'm not a Slug player. He is a Slug player, so maybe he probably knows what he's doing better than me, which is weird. I actually love hand destruction decks, but I've never actually tried to play Slug, which is very weird. I think I always just thought the leader was lackluster. I know it does well in some events, and actually this player, I recognize him. He actually does really well with Slug player. He must be a Slug main, because I've seen him play Slug a few times and he's done very well. So I'd probably take his word for his plays more so than mine. Looks like the King Vegeta. King Vegeta is actually a new leader that just came out in set 7, which is pretty exciting. There's a lot of buzz around him. I've got to see him in action a few times. But I've yet to actually kind of tinker it with myself, and that's when when you get to play your own decks and tinker with it, it actually gets really, you can really see a lot of the lines of play. Now, I believe King Vegeta has the same ability where he takes a life, and he looks at top 5. You can pull a red or green Saiyan or the extra card. I don't recall its name right now, but the extra card, and add it to hand, and then you take a life. Looks like and the whole deck can only battle cards are Saiyan, so I'm pretty sure that ability almost never whiffs. And yeah, so then now so we're back on the Slug player's turn. He took his life going to 6, giving himself the crit. Now, sometimes, honestly, whenever a crit is swung at me, especially when it's a 10k like that, from a Slug player, depending on my hand, obviously, I usually like to just defend those. And then, when he's awakened and he's swinging at me with like non-crits or whatever, then I start taking the damage. But maybe the King Vegeta doesn't have good cards in his hand, or maybe this matchup, I'm just not too familiar with these two particular matchups. But let's keep going. Now, he played Wings. Wings is, I think that's what they call it. Wings is actually kind of crazy for the Slug deck. It makes all of their Slugs cost 1 less, so they can play things for pretty cheap. He also played Black Mass Saiyan, which is actually really, I think it's really good in this match. I'm actually surprised he has it in his main board. Because I believe when King Vegeta is awakened, he has 2 abilities, one of which he can play a 2-drop or less for free from his hand, basically, and then draw a card. Now, if he uses that effect and plays a 15k, that actually I believe that actually triggers the 15k, the Mass Saiyan's ability there, the 1-drop, to make them pitch 2 when you play something that's 15k that's not a keyword skill, which I believe it's not a keyword skill. So yeah, I'm sure he can remove. I'm sure King Vegeta, his deck has cards to remove that Black Mass Saiyan before he starts utilizing that ability. But that's actually it's cool that he has it in his main board. I wouldn't have expected that Black Mass Saiyan in his main board, but yeah, he's a Slug player, and he's really good. I recognize him I've seen him play Slug quite a few times, so he's pretty good. Now, the 2-drop that he played there was the one that searches for Namekians, I believe. Yeah, to kind of help sculpt your hand. Or actually, so he played Assimilate first, sorry. He played the Assimilate to find that guy, and that guy to find, oh no, I think that one's the one that finds a Slug card, sorry. It's the Assimilate that he used, the extra card, that he used to find this Namekian, and then this Namekian he used to find the Slug. So it's really, this deck can be very consistent in, trying to find and sculpt the right hand, which is actually really good for this deck. So maybe that's why, this Slug deck is, a lot better than I give it credit for. Now, in the energy, if you guys can see, for the King Vegeta, the dual color ones, I'm still up in the air about that, because I hate playing an energy in exhaust mode. Obviously, if you can get off on turn 1, that's like probably the best time to kind of get it over with. But then he has that second energy there where it is a dual color energy, and he can play it if he can play it without exhausting it if he has another dual color energy. So I like that for that specific effect. But sometimes having those dual color cards, because they're all 10k combos, like one cost 10ks, sometimes it can clog your hand, and it is pretty nasty. Alright, so now it looks like he swung with the Black Mass Saiyan, took a life. Looks like the King Vegeta took it. So that's another thing that's scary about King Vegeta. King Vegeta actually can't awaken until he has the that field card out. Until he has that field card out, I believe. And that can be pretty scary, especially when your opponent's kind of pushing you down, and if you don't find that card to awaken, that can be pretty scary, staying unawakened and having to, only having a 10k body and taking a bunch of shots. But let's see if he can find his way out. He did leave 2 up, which it looks like, yeah. See, this is another thing I found about this meta. I don't recall a meta, if ever, where you pass turn with like all of your energy up, or not maybe not in this situation he only has 2 energy, but 2 energy up, and I've always felt that so I've always wanted to utilize all of my energy on my turn, and save 1 or 2 energy, but the times have changed, and now you see players saving their energy so they can play things like this, which is the new counterplay cards that it's kind of like the preemptive strike, but I believe every color has something similar to it. The one he just played is the red version, and that's the one that allows you to, if your opponent plays something that has 20k attack or less, and instead of it coming to the field, it just goes straight to the drop zone. So that's why he didn't get to play the drop that he just played. I think he I don't remember. I don't remember seeing what it was. I think it was the Lord Slug guy that costs 4 bond 2, and then you get to play another guy from your drop with him. I believe that was the card. I can't see it now because the logo is covering it for me, unfortunately. But yeah, sorry. Back to the King Vegeta side. Looks like, so he did get the extra card. So he got the extra card. This extra card is actually kind of nuts. Okay? So he got the extra card, the field card. Sorry, he played it for 2. Now that card lets you play another card that's 2 drop or less, negating its skills for the turn. But then he's playing a vanilla anyways. So the vanilla doesn't have a skill to negate it, so that's good. And then he gets to draw 2. So he basically plays 2 cards, and then they both replace themselves, which is pretty good. Then he got to awaken, which is, yeah. So he got to awaken, which I believe is untap and draw. And then now he's just going face. Now, the King Vegeta on the flip side does have 2 abilities. The one where he can play a battle card for 2 or less, or the other one where he can sack a battle card and give him, I think it's a double strike in 5k. So having those, just having options on a leader. You can see some leaders, some text on leaders, just like one line, swing, draw a card, and like nothing else. And it's like, bro, can I get some help, please? But this one has like a wall of text. So I think that's why a lot of people do like this deck and do see the potential in it. Because there's a lot of crazy things you can do. So yeah, looks like he's swinging 20k. Oh, looks like he swung at the... Oh yeah, see, like I was saying, so he swung into the Black Mass Saiyan, so that now he can play the 15k 2 drop without having to warp 2 cards from his hand. So yeah, so it does affect it. It looks like because you saw him laughing there. All right, so yeah, so you got to be the Trunks. That's the Trunks that has critical 15k. I don't know. It's a good card, but I guess he's just looking for 2 drops. Critical 2 drop. I wonder if there could be better cards than this particular one, but maybe there isn't a big pool enough for 15k Saiyans that are red or green for him to utilize. It looks like he's trying to utilize that free 2 drop play. I'm actually surprised he didn't swing with that. Unless he's either trying to avoid like the negate, like a shocking death ball or something, or maybe he wants maybe he's playing like chain attack and he wants to chain on top of it next turn maybe. But you know, an attack's attack. Usually, I honestly these days I usually just go face. I just swing with everything. I could care less these days. Like, I could care less about giving them a big hand. I just swing, and try to end the game ASAP. Because people are always hiding bombs in their hand and like ready to just drop that 5-drop Vegeta and just wreck your face. Not in this particular deck, but alright. So now look back to the Slug player. Looks like he's on 4 energy. Swings with his leader first. Draws his card. Now I believe on the Slug, on his Awakened side, he has the ability to pitch a card to make your opponent pitch a card, which can be pretty handy sometimes when you guys are both very low on resources, or at least when if you because Slug's the hand destruction. If you can get them really low on their resources and making them pitch one card can be pretty vital. Alright, it looks like he just defended that one pretty easily, and as you can see, the King Vegeta has left his 2 energy up, and it looks like he is playing the Lord Slug card. So now this card has Bond 2. When it comes into play, you get to choose a Slug army drop that's cost 3 and play it from your drop. Sorry, a 3-drop from your drop and play it, and then you can ready 1 energy. So that's actually pretty powerful because it is a 4-drop, but because he has the wings out, the 1-drop, it makes it a 3-drop. So now you basically, for 3 energy, you get a 4-drop 20k that summons another dude. Oh, so he doesn't have the other counterplay card, Dormant Legend, I believe it. I think that's it's called. Or is that the other? Or is that the field card? But he looks like he's playing. So yeah, he played the other. So the counterplay cards, the ones that every color has one of these. This Vegeta in particular is the one where you get to kill so when somebody plays somebody, you get a counterplay, play him, you pop a 4-drop, and then they warp a card from their hand. I think that's probably, I actually like that one the best, the green one the best. I actually think that's super powerful. So I think he's deciding, because this was, I guess, a chain, whereas the Slug came out and then it brought out the DR Slug. So now I think he's choosing. I guess technically there's 2 windows, but in this situation, it doesn't really matter which window, because you're not really. It's not like you're negating an effect or something. Like if you're cold bloodlusting this stuff for these 2 windows, so the 2-window thing doesn't really matter here. So he's just deciding which one he's gonna pop, and it looks like he takes out the DR Slug. Now the DR Slug's pretty nasty too. So when he plays that card, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand and places it in the drop area. So he would get that effect. I didn't see if he actually discarded a card, but he should. He still gets the effect, even though it gets popped, I do believe. I don't recall him seeing him discard a card. I could be wrong. Maybe he did. But then it also has an ability to choose, activate main once per turn. Choose up to 1 Slug Army card from your hand with an original cost of 3 or less, other than a DR, and play it. So then he can play another guy, right? So it's like they kind of like swarm the board, make you lose resources, swing at you, make you lose more resources. So I'm actually, I can see where this deck has potential against, especially against some specific decks. Now it looks like he's using his Lord Slug to go into the vanilla 20k to hopefully relieve some pressure, because that's another thing too with Slug and these leaders is decks without, like, Sensu Bean or Untapped 2, because he is a draw 2 leader when he awakens. Sometimes they are pretty vulnerable, especially if they tap out or can't restand their energy, or their hand gets clogged with 10Ks. And I don't believe that's the case for Slug. I'm pretty sure a lot of Slug cards are 5K combos, but even then, even that itself is pretty scary, because it's hard to defend yourself if you only have 5Ks. So it looks like he tapped out, which again is very scary when you're at 4 life. So he's 4 life. He tapped out to play the Krillin. Now that Krillin is actually pretty crucial for the Slug players, because the bane of their existence is that Tau card that makes them, whenever you make your opponent discard a card, that Tau makes you pitch through, like, warp 3 cards. So that card's pretty nasty. And since Slug is all about making you discard cards, he definitely wants this Krillin. Sorry, this Krillin is the one that when he comes out, he can kill a 2-drop or less, ignoring barrier, which the Tau would have. But in this case, I guess the opponent doesn't have a Tau, and he just chose to eliminate the Trunks crit to hopefully prevent an evolve or just the pressure of a crit card. Now again, I'm actually I'm surprised he wouldn't attack with that Krillin. However, maybe he just wants it for its 5k combo defense to protect. So actually, never mind. I think that Krillin's a 10k. I can't see, but actually no, I'm pretty sure that Krillin's actually a 10k. So there's probably no point in attacking with him actually. So he swung with. How did it just die? Oh, okay. So he swung with the Vegeta and then he comboed the Krillin. So yeah, there you go. So just more combo power from his hand. Now, it looks like the leader is going to the Slug's face, and Slug takes it. Going down to 3. 3 energy, tapped... Sorry, 3 life, 4 energy, tapped out. Your opponent still has 4 energy up, and a 20k swinger. This could get nasty. We'll see if the King Vegeta has enough cards in... I don't think... Yeah, the King Vegeta hasn't actually done anything. He hasn't used his ability, hasn't played anything, so... The Slug being tapped out with 3 life is actually really scary. Let's see how defensive his hand is. Now I can see the 1 card at the top. I believe that's their super combo. Did he go to 2? Am I mistaken? Or did the Slug player go to 2 life? That's some risky business. So now he's playing the so he played the King Vegeta's ability to play a 2-drop or less, negating its skills because that Khalifa does have the skill, the ability where if you play it, you take a life, but it negates those skills. It's a 20k 2-drop. Oh wow, that's actually a really good tech. Maybe that's how people just build that deck, but that's pretty neat. That's a pretty cool card to put in that deck. But yeah, so it's a 20k vanilla, and he gets a draw card. Man, that King Vegeta ability is actually sick. You just pump your deck full of a lot of good. Man, the concept is actually, I really like that. So you can pump your deck with a lot of 2k beaters, 2-drop beaters that you can play for free, so that you can save your energy for counterplay cards. So not only do you get to play cards on your turn, you get to also get to play cards on your opponent's turn. Oh, I very much like the way that his deck is built. It's very interesting. Now it looks like he did just fusion into, or Patora. I believe that's a Patora, or maybe it's a Union Fusion. Actually, I get mixed up with those. But he played the free Kale and fused with the, or Patora with the Khalifa that was already on board to make his Kefla. I mean, I hope I have those names right. I'm probably just butchering the names or the orders. One's Kale, one's Khalifa, one's Kefla. I believe this is the Kefla. But yeah, this is an OG. I used to love this card back in the SS3 days, but it has dual attack, 25k, when it swings, draw a card, and it gets 5k. So I believe he has the marker on it, so now it was a 30k on the first swing single strike, and the Slug player comboed out of that. Holy crap. That's very impressive, actually. Tapped out, comboed out. So it looks like he's just recounting. So 15, 25... 35, 40? No, sorry, 15, 25, 35. Yeah, it looks like he comboed to 40. So I'm assuming he must... Actually, I'm probably getting my numbers mixed up. But looks like he swung again. And he took it down to 1 life. But the King Vegeta only has 1 energy. Probably can't play anything. Damn, how did that... How did this I was like, how did that thing just die? But he shocked, so he's shocking Death Ball that last attack to kill that one guy. So I'm not sure if he actually needed to do, because if he's gonna take that life anyways, because having that because at least he could have the shocking Death Ball in hand to just because if he's gonna take that life regardless, whether he's shocking Death Balled it or let the Khalifa hit him. So he could have just taken the life like he was going to, and not used the shocking Death Ball, and then just energied the shocking Death Ball, because it looks like his hand is pretty small. It looks like 3 to 4 cards. So he could have just saved the shocking Death Ball, and then energied it now, so you have an extra card right now, because he's going to take it regardless. Because that 20k being on board, I believe, is irrelevant, because if he can't find a way to kill him this turn, I believe he's probably going to die. So we'll see if he can finish him this turn. I believe he's still in his charge phase. I think he's trying to determine what his charge phase is. I haven't been keeping track of King Vegeta's life. It looks like he's about, well, it looks like 2 here, but I'm sure that's not the case. I'm sure he has at least 3 life. I'll try to do better in game 2 of keeping track of this stuff, you guys. But yeah, this is getting pretty interested. Now the King Vegeta does have 1 energy up, which is always beautiful. It looks like he has a good amount of cards in hand. Alright, so here we go. Slug player swinging. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he can find some heart of the cards here. Yeah, so King Vegeta has about, I say 6 or 7 cards. Oh wow, he's using his negate to minus 10k to the Lord Slug over there. So now that's a 10k. So instead of 20, it's a 10k. Man, that's scary though. Using after image to tap out when you can tap out using another card and then just after image your life if you have the resources. Unless he has another after, he probably just has another after image in hand. I'm pretty sure I actually saw another after image. So it looks like he's searching through. Oh, I was like, well, why is he looking through? So he played Assimilate. Looked for a super combo. Wow, that's actually so powerful. Assimilates the yellow extra card that costs 0 that searches for Namekian's 2 and under, I believe, which is right in place for that super combo. Which kind of is like, that's obviously a really cool interaction, but it's like, I wonder if it's worth playing that. Well, I'm assuming you can play Assimilate anyways for the other cards, but over the other super combos, the other green super combos, like, what's his name? The one that draws 2, pitch 1. Like, those are probably one of the best super combos in the game. The Paragus super combo, which I'm pretty sure he can use in this deck. But maybe he likes the Piccolo one better, because it can be searched out in these exact situations. So it looks like he just paid. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's actually so good. Honestly, this is probably the first time I've actually really seen a Slug player playing his deck, like, fully. And being able to play that 4-drop for 3 and untapping 1. So essentially for 2 energy, he gets to play Lord Slug 20k and bring out a 3-drop. And it looks like the target's the DR Slug. So that's a pretty sick combo. Man, maybe I've severely underestimated this deck. I'm actually very much enjoying it. Alright, so now look, his swing with the 20k. I'm looking, so I think he's, okay, I was going to say, if he doesn't go for face, that'd be very strange. Because if you don't kill him here, I believe he's dead next turn. So he should be going face here, which I believe he just did. So that's 20k to King Vegeta. Oh, so King Vegeta says no negates, and he combos to 30k with his super combo. And 30k it is. Can King Vegeta do this? He's tapped out 4 energy. Now can he defend? I don't think so, because a lot of the times I've been playing red-green decks with these, the rival stuff and the new dual color things, I've always found my hands to be clogged. With too many 10ks or the negates or just not enough combo power sometimes. And it looks like he takes it down to what looks like 1, but I can't imagine it being, because if it is, I don't know, he probably should just be scooping right now, because there's no way that's 1 life. Let's see what he does. So Slug's gonna pay the 1. Yeah, so he pays 1. Man, that's crazy. Pays 1 for the DR Slug's ability to play a 3-drop Slug, which he got, I believe this is like Angelica or something, or Angela. It has critical, bond 2, and bond, if you guys don't already know, is you just have to have, in this particular case, a Slug's army, 2 or more to have the effect, and this effect is when he swings, makes you pitch a card. So yeah, I'm actually not sure the audience for these videos, so whether you're a super noob or a very competitive player, hopefully I can cater to everybody. I feel like I don't want to waste too much time talking about all the cards, but if there's some new cards, I'll kind of get into them. But hopefully you guys know most of these other cards, older cards, probably better than me. So let's just hope that's the case. But yeah, if you guys have any comments for future gameplay, I would love to do more of these. So if you guys have any critiques and all that kind of stuff, let me know. I do enjoy watching videos like this and kind of giving my thoughts on them. So if you guys haven't already, I love doing that stuff. I do it on my Twitch all the time. So yeah, if you guys have any critiques or any suggestions how to make these type of videos better, let me know. I can let PPG know, and hopefully I can come back and do some more. So it looks like he is... So he paid the 2 or the 1 to play the dude to search for another slug. So I think he's just trying to get as much combo power in his hand right now. I'm assuming he doesn't have any 1 cost 10k combos in his hand, so that's why he tapped out. So I'm sure he can just combo all of his cards. That's the free blocker, he looks like. Yeah, that looks like the free blocker if you're a Lord Slug. So you can play it if you have a Lord Slug for free. I don't think he really needed to play that. Yeah, so he looks like he is at 1. So it looks like it's a dump hand situation. Wow. So it's 20, 30, 40, 50k. Yeah, he had all 5ks in his hand. That's pretty crazy. 5k, boom, super combo, 25. And 30 and nada. Wow, he has after image. See, that's what I mean. Look, he had after image, after image. He had like a bunch of 10Ks, and that's the problem I found with these red-green decks. Like blue, so it does seem like they've kind of not pigeonholed us, but like put us in a situation for this set where it almost feels like you have to play red, green, or blue, yellow, or I guess maybe just a monocolor deck. But it does feel like they're trying to push us into playing these red-green decks and blue-yellow. And as much as I love the red-green stuff, and I've been playing them, they do seem super powerful. Sometimes it just feels like you don't have enough energy to do everything you want and survive. Whereas blue-yellow, it obviously doesn't do the same thing, but you have access to things like Sensu Bean, untapped 2 liters. It feels like I haven't seen that many untapped 2 liters in the red side, but I could just be crazy. So now we're starting off with King Vegeta going first. It looks like he took his life to search top 5, do all stuff. And then playing that dual color energy on turn 1. Those are the best. You always want to see that in your opening hand, so you can at least just get it out of the way, play your dual color card, so that your other cards like that Vegeta he has on field right now can take effect. So wow, that's the second time he created a super combo. I believe that's like the last in game 1. He on his first swing he sniped a super combo. So good. Boom boom. Looks like he's played Wings and Assimilate. Let's see what he's going to search for. I doubt it. I don't think it'll be a super combo this time. I think he's going to search for one of the ones to help him search again. And then I think later Assimilates turn into searching for super combos. Yeah, so he searched for the... I don't know these guys' names. But he searched for the one that searches for other slugs. I'll get better at this, you guys. I'll get better at knowing these names. Here, Lord Slug return to form. Now this one is for 2, or actually I guess for 1 now since he's a slug, and since that Wings guy's out, he can play for 1. But then he can search his deck for 4 drops and add it to his hand. Not too shabby. Yeah, see that? Look at that dual color, man. If you just have all of your energy, that one brawler there, that's crazy. Because now he can keep playing those without having to exhaust his guys. It feels super nice. So he looks at top 5. Looks like he grabs the blocker Kale. Or is that Kale? No, that is Kale. Yeah. Yes. No, it's not Kale. I'm just gonna shut up now. Alright, so King Vegeta passes. Goes to the Lord Slug. I wonder how going first in this matchup, hopefully the King Vegeta can take this one so we can get a nice game 3 going. But going first usually is pretty powerful, at least in the few previous metas. So let's see how effective it is in this meta. Lord Slug swinging for the crit. Honestly, I like defending these, yes. Okay, so you defended that. Plays the 1-drop Black Mass Saiyan. Boom. Yeah, so that's gonna affect the King Vegeta and his ability to throw 2-drops out. So it looks like, so he does have 2 energy up. I wonder if they're talking about it here. I wonder if he's contemplating playing a counterplay card to just get rid of it. Maybe he doesn't have a kill card for it. No, it looks like it's going through. Can't tell what's going on here. Boom. Oh yeah, so for 1. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so for 1. Oh, okay. So for 1, he's gonna counterplay that. So this counterplay for the red is the one where he minuses 10 to something and minuses 5 to something else. So now I can kill both of them. Boom. GG. That's a good counterplay. In that particular situation, he's able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, basically nullifying his whole turn. He used both his energies, and it got popped. Not too bad. Yeah. So this red one's actually not bad. Killing because you can minus something 10 and minus something 5. That's actually pretty powerful. But you do still get the on-play effects. So he did get his on-play effect where he when he played the second guy to search for a 4-drop. So now he's searching for this 4-drop. Looks like they're discussing something here. 15. Looks like it has something to do with the Black Mass Saiyan and the counter the Mach Speed. Now Black Mass Saiyan, his effect is when your opponent plays a battle card, it's not a direct quote, but when he plays a battle card using a non-keyword skill, they have to pitch cards. So like when you like combo into play like those Gohans or Vegetas, like the combo into play cards, when you combo into play something that has 15k or less, you got to pitch cards. Or if you were to the old cards Child's Wish in something that's like 15k and he's out, you got to pitch things. When you chain Zeno, right, you're playing things with autos which are not keyword skills, then it makes you pitch. But I believe he's playing this counter. I believe he's playing the counter. That Mach Speed's a counterplay card, and I believe counterplays are keyword skills. So I don't think he pitches for this. Cause I believe that's tricky actually. No, I'm pretty sure it is a non-keyword skill because it's a counterplay. Sorry, it is a keyword skill. Sorry, and Black Mass Saiyan counters non-keyword skill, which is usually just autos. But this is not an auto. This is a counterplay. So it looks like they had a judge kind of look over the ruling. Sorry for this delay, but yeah, I'm like 99% sure that Black Mass Saiyan does not work versus these counterplay cards, because if it does, the cards kind of suck. They don't suck, but it's like if a 1-drop like that affects them like that, that'd suck. But they're still. So let's see. It looks like they're still talking about it. I wonder how it's gonna get ruled. Like I'm 90. Like again, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know if I'm stupid or if I'm correct. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. Let's see what they do. Dun dun dun. Oh, he just pitched 2. Hello. No way. Alright, I guess I'm an idiot. What? That's crazy. What? if Black Mass Saiyan stops those like that, that's kind of bonkers. I gotta go double check that. I can't imagine that being right, but it is what it is. The judge rules. Judge! What do you do when you call it, when you want to, like, overrule the judge or something? You gotta call the head judge or something like that. I can't remember. Head judge? Judge? So yeah, it looks like he got rid of the Black Mass Saiyan so he can at least play his cards. So he played the 20k Vanilla Beta. Draw a card. Man, that build is actually really sick. That's actually really sick. Oh, no. He played the... Wait, did he play that? No. He played the extra card, which played this guy, which drew 2, which is nuts. And then now he can flip his leader and then play another guy for 2 and draw another... Wow, that's actually kind of nuts. Swarm the board with a bunch of 2-drops and then counterplay on your opponent's turn. Hello. I see the potential. I see. So yeah, looks like he flips, untap 1, draw a card. See, now he has 2 energy up to counterplay his opponent's next turn, which is powerful. And then he can still play a guy for free for 2. And these 2-drops are they don't have effects, but they're 20k beaters are pretty powerful. And it looks like, I don't know if the King Vegeta was attacking or not, but it looks like the Slug player still has a lot of life, so maybe he didn't take his life. Maybe he wasn't taking his life every turn or something like that. I'm surprised. He looks like he has like 6 life still. I guess they're only on turn 2 or 3, but that's at least. I guess King Vegeta's not attacking him. I'm kind of surprised by that. I kind of just like, because the reason why I would suggest just kind of going balls to the wall and punch is because now the Slug player has the Slug player has 3 energy now. He has healthy life. Sure, he can awaken, but now he can, like, maybe not in this next turn situation, but at least that last turn situation, you can like tap out almost and still be safe in a sense, right? You can tap out, still be safe, knowing that they can't like 6-0 you in one turn. Whereas if he was just attacking, it puts a lot of pressure on the Slug player. Sure, the Slug player awakens, but now he'd be at 4 life. Yeah, he'd be at 4 life, contemplating whether he wants to tap out or not. Probably can't tap out, so he can't do more plays. Thus, meaning he either... And then if he does decide to tap out, now he's even more vulnerable spot, so you can start punch. But letting your opponent stay at a healthy life so they can, tap out freely and things like that is pretty scary. And especially when they have means on their own like this to awaken themselves. So I think it was a lost opportunity, swing 20k. Yeah, wow, he had 2 15s, 2 20s. He could have put a lot of pressure on the Slug player, forced him to, maybe force him to awaken on his turn, make him dump some cards just to defend his life, and he wouldn't have gotten to play this Black Mass Saiyan. Like, he could probably still play the Black Mass Saiyan, but he probably wouldn't have wanted to play it and swung. So now he got, for 1 energy, he was able to pull a card out of King Vegeta's hand. Right? So it all comes down, when you get to really high level play, it really comes down to these small combo and hand size interactions. Whereas, if the King Vegeta player were to have swung with all 4 of those cards, sure, Lord Slug at 6 life would have taken 2 life, got those 2 cards, sure. But then he would still have to defend against those other 2, losing 2 more cards, right? And then on his turn, he wouldn't be able to play that King Vegeta that Black Mass Saiyan like he did to swing to take a card out of that King Vegeta's hand. You see where I'm getting at? So it comes down to these small things, like you're trying to out-resource your opponent, through the hand size, comboing, board pressure, tempo, and stuff like that. But maybe I'm wrong. He has a healthy board. King Vegeta has a healthy board, and it looks like he probably has a counterplay to counterplay something else. So it's not totally bad. But I hope you guys can see where I'm going from. And maybe I'm just talking gibberish. Let me know if I'm just talking gibberish. But it's small little things like that. Maybe not this particular situation I'm completely correct on, but the more you play, the more you see situations like this where it's like, man, I probably should have just attacked. I should have just gone balls to the wall And punch, 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 face, face, face. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out. Because also, him leaving those guys up like that, now I doubt that, I don't know if the Slug player has kill cards, but he is leaving them up for potential, you know, like, oh, I can kill your guys, and whatnot. And if he does, then you just lose even more value, because your guys didn't even get to attack, and now they're just dead. However, with this counterplay meta, I doubt the Slug player would have been able to play something and gotten away with it. Because he probably would have just counterplayed everything. So Slug player actually didn't play anything anyways. He just free played a free blocker and left his 2 energy up. Because honestly, because he was scared and vulnerable, right? Because he was vulnerable there. And see that this is like 3 more... Wow, this Slug player takes life like it's nothing. Here's another situation like I want to get to you. So if he's going to defend this is kind of crazy to me, because this is a 20... So he swung with a 15... So he's at 4 life, the Slug player. And he was swung at by 15k. Now, if he's going to take this 4-3, because 4-3 is a big... That particular life is a big life. Because 4-3, you're saying, oh, this game's probably ending soon. Because once you start touching 3 life, the game gets pretty close quarters. You're going to die soon. But when you have that 4 life buffer, that's actually... That life is really big. You want to protect it when it's easy to protect, right? So when he swung with the 15-15, that's a simple 5k combo. Which he could have defended, and then when he swung with the 20k, you know, if you wanted to take that life regardless, let the 20k come at you, right? Take your life, and not you, because he had to use a super combo, right? Whereas he could have just pitched a 5k on that Goku swing for 15-15, saved his super combo, and then when he swung with the 20k, then take it from 4-3 if that was his idea, if he was going to take it. But honestly, I wouldn't have taken either of those. You want to defend that 4th life to the point, not like super crazy, but to the point where it's like, it's beneficial. You know, if it gets to the point where it's not... Oh, that's a new card that I'm actually not too familiar with. But, sorry, as I was saying, but where it's not beneficial, when they're like, you know, they hit a big number like 25, 35, and you're at 4-3, and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to combo my hand for this, so let's just take that. But when it's simple combos, simple combos like that, you definitely want to defend those. Now, look, so that new card that he just played, I don't remember the exact text of it, but I believe it's something to do with when your opponent plays like a 4th battle card, you can activate this card, and it's like a counterplay-ish type card, and it kills all 2-drops or something like that, 2 drops and under. I remember seeing this card. I don't remember the exact words, but I believe it's along those lines. Again, sorry, I'll get better at these knowledge cards of the exact text for this. This is probably my first time doing one of these, and this is pretty exciting. Actually, not my first time. Like my first time doing it solo, at least. But this is pretty exciting. So sorry again if I don't know the cards off by heart. So it looks like the Slug just swung into his battle card. Easy peasy. Got rid of it. So I wonder if the Slug player even has kill cards. Because again, sometimes when people are swinging 15-15, sometimes you just defend those. You know, because you want to keep your board up so you can put pressure on. And obviously you don't want to lose your hand. It really depends what kind of situation you feel like yourself in. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, see, especially if you're just going to counterplay whatever he plays anyways, so he doesn't get to play any of that stuff, right? So then it looks like he could just... I guess he doesn't have that many cards in hand, so maybe he couldn't sacrifice it. Maybe he just doesn't have cards to sacrifice. Yeah, he only has about like 3, 4, 5. For a hand destruction deck, it didn't really look like he was doing a crazy amount of hand destructioning. But his opponent is down to 4 or 5 cards, so I guess I could be wrong. Ooh, tapping out. So scary. What is he doing it for? I don't know, the Kevlar. What is he doing? Yeah, so this card is the bee's knees, but man, tapping out 5. See, think about it. This card, I believe it's a 5-drop at least. You can pay 5 for this. You have a 30 and 35k dual attacker that draws you 2 cards. Single strike. Sure. Pretty sweet, not so bad. Or, just or, you can, for 5 energy, play 7 freaking drop Gogeta, make your opponent throw his 12 card hand back into his deck and make him draw a random 3 and say defend this triple strike, deflect, I'm pretty sure, barrier monstrosity of a card, you know? So it's like, I always like to compare cards like, man, if I'm paying 5 for anything, it better do something like Gogeta. Why did he die? What the heck just happened there? The King Vegeta used his ability to pop it to give himself double strike and swing for game, but his opponent played it looked like it was that sacrifice. Negate, take a life, and so he wouldn't get double striked to death. And it looks like he played a card, make you pitch. Like, it looked like he pitched 2 cards there. I'm assuming he must have used lead ability for pitch, and then he had the slug come out to make you pitch 1 as well. So he played that wings just sitting there with barrier, making everybody cheap, is insane to me. So yeah. Yeah, so for like 2 energy, because he untaps one, right? Or did he not untap one? I can't see. And then he played that guy. What is he doing now? He's ripping cards out of his... Wait, what card is that? That's the Lord Slug. Maybe I'm seeing... I actually can't make out that card. I thought that was just I thought he was just doing the Lord Slug into the DR Slug, but... Huh. And, well, wow, it's game. Just like that, you guys. Alright, it looks like it is over. We got a 2-0 for the Lord Slug player against King Vegeta. King Vegeta still looks pretty spicy, so don't count that out. Looks like this video is about to end any second now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.